Training Module 8, use of the contextualized SESBA-MED SN2 urban scale. Indicator C1.7, total primary energy demand for buildings operation. In this case, the intent is to reduce the need of primary energy for buildings operation. This is shown pictorially in the diagram. The criteria allows us to understand the building's primary energy consumption in the area. Primary energy means energy from renewable and or non-renewable which has not undergone any conversion or transformation process. The primary energy from a building means the energy used to produce the energy delivered to the building. So in this case, we require the efficiency data from the energy carriers. In fact, the total energy for a given energy carrier is required to supply 1 unit of delivery energy, taking into account of the energy required for the extraction, processing, storage, generation, transformation, transmission, distribution, and other operations necessary to deliver the energy into the building. This is very similar for the non-renewable energy. So in this case, we need to obtain the building's total primary energy divided by the local minimum value. So in this case, we need to calculate the annual total primary energy consumption of renewable energy for the buildings. Calculation based on the following standards. We calculate the urban area total primary energy consumption as the weighted mean value of the total energy consumption over the floor surfaces of all buildings in the area. And we calculate the building's total primary energy consumption as expressed over a local minimum value. In order to calculate the annual total primary energy consumption of non-renewable energy, we calculate the total final renewable, non-renewable thermal energy consumption separately for each carrier. We calculate the total primary energy consumption of non-renewable energy for each energy carrier separately by using the non-renewable factor. We sum up the primary energy for all carriers. We calculate the total final non-renewable electrical energy consumption for the building's operation. And then we calculate the total primary energy consumption of non-renewable electrical energy by multiplying the total final non-renewable electrical energy consumption with the appropriate energy factor. We sum up, right, in order to obtain the annual total primary energy consumption of non-renewable energy for buildings operation. We calculate the urban area total primary energy consumption as the weighted mean value of primary energy consumption over the floors surfaces of all buildings in the area. And then, using the formula depicted, we calculate the urban area total primary energy consumption as the weighted mean value of total primary energy consumption over floor surfaces for all buildings. Step 3. Alright? We calculate the urban local minimum value of primary energy. In the national legislation for each building, we can use the separate case by case. For example, here we have a table and we are showing the situation for Croatia. Okay, we calculate the urban area local minimum value of primary energy for each building separately by determining the useful floor areas. And then by taking the primary energy from the national legislation. We calculate the urban area local minimum value as the weighted mean value of the defined primary energy consumption from the national legislative over the floor surface area of the buildings in the area, applying the formula shown. Then we divide the urban total primary consumption from step 2 with the obtained local value. Slide 16 shows a list of standards that we can use. Again, we have an example. So, in this case, we have two buildings, the office and the primary. The useful areas, the local minimum values from the national legislation, the annual values, and the annual values from the grids, and we obtain there is the energy factor in order to obtain the primary value, and then from the values that we get, we obtain the final indicator value. We have another exercise which you can try it out in order to come up with the required values. I thank you for your attention.